The Black Minds, guys. I'm here today, Mr. Sparks. I got Alan here again, but today I got a special guest, Jay Moore. This is a great friend of mine, very knowledgeable, and he couldn't wait to do the show. So we're going to get it popping. Jay Moore, you want to introduce yourself, let the people know just a little bit about you.
Jay Moore. I've been investing my time for a long time in a lot, big with history and buff on top of politics as well. Always looking to learn, always looking to teach. I really feel like that's the strength to a lot, especially being a black man, being able to be in a position to teach, spread information, open to learn information. Just basically just me.
All right. I really appreciate Jay Moore being here today. Alan, you want to say anything to the people? Because he's here, guys. He's here. He's here.
We definitely appreciate the love for the first episode. We're going to keep it coming. We got some new things we're going to be implementing throughout the upcoming episodes, so definitely stay tuned. Other than that, man, do what you do, man. People loving it. So.
All right. Well, we're going to start where we always start. We want to thank everybody that's tuning in. We hope you had a beautiful week. We hope you're having a beautiful weekend. Hope everybody's vibrating high, having good energy, and everybody spreading and receiving the love that we all deserve. So we're going to start with child trafficking arrest of the week, like we always do. We love our babies, so we like to inform the world of what's going on with our babies. So, yeah, we're going to start with some child trafficking arrests. I got a couple pulled up here. Jay Moore, you feel like reading any today? I'll have you read one after I go if you feel like it.
Most definitely.
Did you hear anything, Al and Jay Moore, did you guys hear anything about this Operation Autumn Sweep? It was 157 people arrested.
Disney employee as well.
Okay, so you are aware of it.
Yeah. It was a real big sex ring down there that they've been working on. I think they said for a better part of almost a year.
Okay.
Yeah, man, and they round up a lot of people in that. And if I'm not mistaken, they found at least 22 out of the people that was involved in it were specifically looking for children.
That's funny. I'm reading that right now. I was going to say that, so I'm not anymore. They're not stating really any names, but I'll state some of the. Okay, here's one person, Travis Hutchinson, 25, from Davenport. He's charged with human trafficking, felony 1, forcing one to prostitute, felony 3, deriving proceeds from prostitution, felony 2, and battery strangulation, felony 3 here. His victim was driven to an undercover location by a friend. The victim traveled from Colombia to Mexico, where she walked across the border and was flown to Orlando. I'm not going to go over too much of the information. I'll see if there are any other people they're going to bring up here. But yeah, 25 of the arrest suspects were actually illegal immigrants, it says here. There's 25 illegal immigrants from Cuba, Colombia, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, and Venezuela. Oh, okay, wow. 10 suspects brought illegal drugs to the location, including cocaine, MDMA, and marijuana. 10 firearms were uncovered at the location.
So they were just having little kid sex parties? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they say there was minors there. Let me see. The oldest person arrested was 61, while the youngest was 15 years old. So, wow, they had a minor helping them, I guess, bring other minors in. Oh, here's another one.
No. No, I mean all of it is sickening. But what I am asking, or what I am seeing, if they, just trying to get clarification on, because you did say they found guns and drugs and MDMA and stuff like that. So was it like when they do a drug sweep? That's what it sounds like. Because at first it sounds like they caught 150 people together in a big ass mansion or something with a bunch of bullshit. But that's not really it. It's really they did a sweep like with like what they do in the hood.
Yep.
With all the drug
Operation
dealers.
Autumn Sweep.
Right,
That's what
right.
it's
With all the
called.
drug dealers.
Places,
So,
right.
okay. So they're finding drugs and MDMA just in certain individuals' possession,
Exactly.
not in everybody's
No,
possession.
no,
Right,
no.
right, right. Okay.
Because like you said, it's a sweep. I did find another. Hold on now. Okay, see, they are starting to actually state the names of the people, but by it being so many people, I'm not going to go over them.
You said 150 people, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So
157.
what we're going to do is
get the link, bro. And
yeah,
look
we
it up and
go look more into it. You guys get more information.
A lot of people.
And
Definitely.
we'll proceed on to another story. Justin, do you have any?
Yes, I do, actually. It's another, basically, sex ring that they was following up on for a long time, lining up people here in Ohio, actually.
Okay.
And it was a mass of 132 people in this sting that they got. They actually did release some information from 8 Mahoning Valley guys. Seeing as it's in Ohio, I guess they feel more comfortable giving more names. They got 8 of them up here. They got a guy named Forrest Couch Sr. He's 49 from Warren, Ohio.
Okay.
Craig Forrest, 61 from Youngstown.
Okay.
Scott Gorby, 31 from New Middleton. Eric Nosh, 57 from Newton Falls. Derek McGee, 32 from Grove City. This is PA,
So they're all over.
so they scattering about because I wasn't even expecting to see someone from another
Now,
state.
guys, I have a question.
Okay.
Because we are saying people's names. Are these people already convicted, or have they just been picked up?
I mean, by it being an article,
It's, I guess these
you will probably find
I'll
it in the
probably
article.
find
Let me
it.
see if I can pull it
They
up.
definitely have been arrested and charged on these counts. That's why they released their names, ages, and city where they're from.
But just being charged doesn't mean you've been convicted, though.
True, but that in this case, they have evidence of their actual doings of buying, selling, using, human trafficking, and kids and everything. So
the reason I bring that up and the reason I ask that question is because we all know that black people have always and will always be arrested falsely and end up being in prison falsely. And the reason I say that is because I have a friend of mine that I've known for years, and unfortunately, he ended up catching a sex offender's crime when he was young.
okay,
They caught some child pornography on one of the computers in his house. Now, mind you, the house was full of kids.
wow,
Like, he wasn't just the only person to use it, and it was like a family computer. So people would come from out of town or from some of their friends would come over and use the computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a community computer for everybody to use in the family. Mm-hmm. But when the thing came down with the child pornography or whatever, even though there's children in there who may have been looking at 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, stuff like that, who may have been searching or looking. We don't know. At first, they were going to put it on the father. And, of course, the father being the breadwinner of the family, of course, he's like, nah, But for some reason, and this is just something I don't know the intricacies of their case. Right. What I do know is that the father ended up not getting charged, but his son ended up taking the charge. You feel me? So by his son taking the charge, it ruined his son's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, once again, I don't know who I don't know who did it. We really don't know who did it.
It may have been his son. So,
right.
Yeah,
it may have been the father.
It may have, yep, exactly.
Shit, it may have been one of the little cousins.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that because one thing about sex trafficking is it's a horrible thing. But once that once that label has been put on you,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, whether you've been found guilty or not, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to, you know, even with old boy now, he's still pleased that he didn't do it. He still tell you to this day he didn't do none of that shit. But that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's
once
already
you
on
caught
your
in the
record.
system,
Right,
yeah.
it's already in the system, and it definitely hinders your opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because nobody wants somebody like that working for them. It's just a distaste that comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, we saying people's names, and I'm not, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I would just hate for somebody to be like, yo, I didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you was charged, then you could be like, yeah, he did do it because he was charged, but was he convicted though? You know what I'm saying? And he'd be like, well, I wasn't convicted because they didn't find any evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
So that's why I asked that. So just moving forward, I would think that we have to start looking into convictions as well.
And they also were saying that these men had previous convictions from sexual
So these
situations
are previous
and
offenders,
and didn't re-register as well.
Okay.
So I believe that's another reason why they put their name out there, because they already had the flag on them and they didn't re-register, and now you're caught up in the sting. So I guess that's what it was like. We can tell who these guys is.
Right. And like you said, if you already got a previous what's the name, then you already on our radar.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
All right. Did you want to finish?
It's just to add some more to it though, because it's crazy. Because the more I'm looking into it, it spans
I remember that too. I remember that sting
from Ohio to Pennsylvania all the way to West Virginia. So that's tri-state. That's you're going through 3 states, and people really need to pay that a lot of attention. Like it's around, and it's a big situation. It's not like 1 or 2 things as we see. In Ohio, 132 caught up. In Florida, 157. So that's
a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I got another one here. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division has charged a Greenville County man with additional child sex crimes. Let's see. Justin Stoddard received 24 charges on Friday, October the 11th. Stoddard received the following charges: 3 counts of criminal sexual conduct with a minor, 8 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, 6 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, 7 counts of voyeurism. It has to be with the minor, I'm guessing. 7 counts of criminal sexual conduct with a minor, 12 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, 6 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, 11 counts of voyeurism, 4 counts of trafficking in persons, victim under 18 of age, 1 count of dissemination of obscene material, 12 or younger, and 1 count of forgery. This guy, it's a South Carolina man. They have his picture up, and he's already in jail, but they found more evidence, so I just wanted to bring that up. So you guys can go look up this article. But, his name is Justin Stoddard. I was trying to see if there was anything else I wanted to share. There's nothing else, so we'll move on. Alan, you got anything you want to share? Or
no,
Justin,
I mean, we all know that this is bad, it's just, it's unfortunate that we have to even do this, about our children and things of that nature. So, just sucks.
Just any more stories you got for us, or?
I do want to add, though, looking into it, actual convictions for child sex trafficking, it's under 300 convictions a year. We just basically mentioned 2 stings with 300 people. So that's how under the radar this is really going, and it's just really happening, because more and more kids always coming up missing. And These people getting a hold of them, as well as adults as well. But what's the system really doing? Do they really care? Because 300,
Well, then what?
under
But see,
300 a year.
but that goes back to kind of what I was saying as well. Child trafficking that means you're actually out here willing and dealing
Soliciting,
kids.
yeah,
Right.
kid.
And that's something that I don't think too many people are doing. But do you have people out there, online soliciting young kids and trying to, pedophile and pedophilia and stuff?
Definitely behind
I think
the
you have a
screen.
lot more of that.
Yes.
Where they may be looking at that as child trafficking as well, but
Yes.
I think it's more of that than actual selling and buying of children. You know what I'm saying? I think when you talk about that type of shit, now that type of stuff is getting into, the millionaires and the billionaires and shit like that. But I think that the people that are getting arrested are, probably definitely child pedophiles or whatever, but they're getting the little, internet shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because you could trace and track them IP addresses. People.
And I think old boy that I was talking about, I think he got 5 years for that shit, bro.
Wow.
Oh wow.
5
You know what I'm
years.
saying? Shut him down for 5. First time and all that shit. Shut him down for 5. You know what I mean? I want to say 5. It may have been 2 or 3, but I want to say 5. I feel like he was gone for a minute. You know what I mean? And just watching his struggle since he's been home. You know what I'm saying? And knowing him personally, and like he just don't seem like the individual to even be into that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like I say, until this day, he'll tell you like I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But he had to take that. Yeah. You know what I mean? For the family, for real. Like,
I don't know.
Prime example of not doing something and it being pinned on you. One of my middle son, one of his buddies was at work, and it's a female at his job. They fond of each other, but he don't want to get his girl the time of day. Somehow, some way, or whatever, she was asking him about something. He didn't want to do it, so she chose to call the management and say that he touched on her. They went through the camera footage. He wasn't even in the room with her at the time, touching or nothing. He wasn't even around this girl. And that little young boy, 18 years old, he ended up having to go to jail for 10 days. And I forgot what they actually charged him for, but he had to go to jail for 10 days. And it messed him up because he was trying to go to the Marines. So now he got to wait till next year to go.
But the footage showed that it wasn't. Doesn't matter.
It didn't
Once
matter.
again. Yeah.
And it's like, if the footage shows, I mean, so, yeah.
That's
While
how they
we're
do
on
it.
that subject, I'm gonna add a topic
Okay.
since we were on the children.
Add a topic there.
Yes,
Sparks.
sir.
There you go.
What do you guys think about the sexual presence in like television, commercials, video games that's like around our children nowadays? Because I remember growing up, bro, they were banning like Luke and stuff like that. Like you wouldn't see Megan Thee Stallion, and they wouldn't have survived in our time growing up in the hip hop age.
Right.
So I just want to get you guys input on what do you think of just how high the sexual presence is just everywhere in front of our children today?
I think it has a real big effect. I got one more kid out of 5 left in school. He's in high school. So I done went through a couple different stages of what they have experienced in school and the stories that they've shared with me. And when I say the exploitation of sex, I mean, I remember the old saying, sex sells. But when you drilling it in the kid's head, they're sponges. So anything they see, they almost want to do. They kids don't care about
like
no rules. They want to do everything that they're not supposed to. And once you break the mold of this shouldn't be something that you should be seeing, and once you break that mold and make it a normalcy for them to see it, these kids are in middle school having sex. You got these young girls thinking doing, excuse my French, hoish actions is a credit. Going around the school, you know what I'm saying, giving all kind of dudes, whoop-de-whoop, with the, getting them together, thinking that it's cute because it's in their face. And that shit been leading to this gay stuff, too. You showing girls all the time, and you showing boys all the time, and it's confusing them, making them think this is what I should do. I think that's leading into all of the gay situations as well by showing so much sex confusing kids.
Alan, you got any input on that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would say that it definitely, absolutely, like you stated, we didn't have access to nudity.
Computers, really? Until
Well, we had access to computers, but we wasn't. That porn wasn't even. Think that wasn't even thought about being on the computer at the time.
It was still on VHS tapes.
Right. It wasn't even, right, exactly. It was on VHS tapes. You had to find it, and I remember finding some of my father porn. It was actually in the middle of a tape. So I'm like, I'm watching something. The next thing I know, it cut off, and this is freaky. I say,
cop thought he was slick.
This is where you've been hiding it at. Okay, yeah. You trying to trick me. I thought this was E.T. You know what I'm saying?
You said it was extra, all right.
But no, you got that. Then you got, like you said, you have the over sexualization of our women.
Yes.
Just our women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially on Instagram, especially on TikTok, especially, on all these platforms. All you see is our women bouncing their butts, trying to look as sexy and as promiscuous as possible. And like you stated, unless you have some parents there who are actually in tune with their children and actually are parenting and not wanting to be their child's friend and things of that nature, then, regardless of what they may see, what you give to them and what you instill in them is going to prevail. But, a lot of us are not taking the time to parent. That's like, for example, my son, when he has homework, then we have homework. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because we got to do it together. Because if he don't know something, I got to help him with it. Yeah. I can't just be like, all right, do your homework, and then expect him to get all the answers right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done that before, and he got all the answers wrong. You know what I'm saying? Every single answer. I'm like, I said, bro, you know what you're doing? He said, yeah. I was like, all right, bet. I said, bro, every answer's wrong. Did you even read the instructions? Like,
baby, cuz.
You know what I mean? But that's what it is. That's all right. So now we do homework, and I think a lot of times we get away from that. Like, we just feel like, our kid can do it on his own. And our kids really need us to be there to tell them, hey, do it this way. Hey, no, don't do that. That's wrong.
This may be easier or just anything.
Right. Or don't say that. No, don't say that. I don't want to hear you saying that. Those type of things. You know what I'm saying? Even to the point where I just was listening to a young lady. She had called me, and her son was in the background. And he was like, mommy. No
respect.
Mommy.
I'm on the phone.
And I'm waiting for her to be like, hey, be quiet. You see I'm on the phone?
Exactly.
But she never said it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that shows that right there's going to be a lack of discipline with that young man because you're not disciplining him on when to talk and when not to talk.
Yeah.
Because they address or get my attention correct.
Exactly. So it just be things like, so it really comes down to parenting, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? We can't let the internet raise our kids. And I think somebody just said that the other day, like, that's what people are doing. They're giving their kids the phone or the tablet, and that's your babysitter. You know what I mean?
Is your babysitter.
And it's like, things that they need to do to be successful.
My issue is, like, just some of the commercials and stuff nowadays. I feel that a lot of this stuff is like some 2, 3 in the morning type stuff with the commercials. When we were growing up, we knew about homosexuality, but it wasn't like people were just out with it, and you wasn't seeing commercials and everything. Like, I don't see how you can't make an AIDS commercial, right? And just have people happy, that they feel like they have some type of cure or, living their life. Why do you got to see 2 women kissing? Why do you got to see 2 men kissing? It's like you can't hide television from the children. I mean, you have to let them experience what we experienced. Some television isn't the best thing for children, but you can't be wrong and just not let them experience it at all. So usually every Sunday, maybe every other Sunday, we would have a family movie night. And a lot of these movies and stuff now, when you on demand and stuff like that, you get the commercials and stuff like that with the movies. it got so bad, I just was like, man, we'll have to rent movies, like, with no commercials, and you got to get stuff like Netflix where you pay for memberships where there's no commercials. But the average TV, like, even sports, you can't watch sports without seeing it. A lot of these children are into sports. A lot of boys want to play football. A lot of, girls like to see the WNBA and, dream of their future. And just to see that type of stuff, man, it kind of, we're not headed in the right direction, man. I don't have nothing against them, but that's indoor stuff. It's like, even with heterosexuals, it's like, it's not even prominent, man. We don't just be all out in public going crazy. We're not super flamboyant. An average woman or an average man is not super flamboyant, but you see it with the problem we have now. So I have a problem with that, with the over sexualization that's presented in front of our children, not only with the entertainment. I know everyone's seen the thing with Cardi B. She was playing her music in her kitchen, and her daughter walked in, and she went crazy and cut it off. I don't know if everybody saw that, but
I remember when that happened.
But it's stuff like that to where I'm not gonna let my baby listen to this, but I'll put it out for your baby if you're willing to let them listen to it. Exactly. And that's with the parenting.
That's what it's about. Yeah. If you're willing.
But with the parenting, man, it's like, if one of those commercials come on, am I supposed to grab my 7-year-old daughter and even though we're in the middle of watching Despicable Me, you shouldn't see a commercial like that in the middle of Despicable Me. And, that's just...
Well, no, I agree with you. But, I mean, like you stated, what are you going to do? Cover your kid's eyes every time something that is inappropriate to you comes on TV?
It shouldn't be there.
Because I'm just saying, I know that's not the only thing that you would feel is disappropriate. The homosexuality is disappropriate. The violence is inappropriate. There's a lot of things on TV that's inappropriate. So you would always be keeping your daughter's eyes covered. Mm-hmm. So like we stated before, like you just stated, parenting is where it comes in.
You got to make sure the narrative is controlled by you.
Exactly.
Yep.
You got to make sure that you are molding their mind. Regardless of what they see on TV, you let them know what's right and what's wrong and what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. Mm-hmm. And when they do shit that you don't accept, you make sure you whoop their ass.
There you go. But again, you gotta
this show is for entertainment purposes only, guys. I forgot to say that. And we do not promote bullying your baby. I said that last show. We don't promote bullying.
And I'm not talking about no gun either. I'm talking about the real
baby.
switch.
Yeah, but braid it up.
Alan got that military background. His dad was in the military. If you put your baby in the corner, timeout mode, but make him do squats. Make them do them squats.
Man, I got
Sit there on the wall and do them squats.
I got that old school stuff. They won't be bad. Just give my kids that stare, that little rock eyebrow.
We all grew up with that. But let's proceed on, guys. We got everyone's input.
I'm gonna have to reiterate though, bro. There's a difference in children that were raised getting spankings that were raised not getting spanked. Yeah. There is a difference, and they have proven it's a difference. And the difference isn't that people who didn't get spanked are better human beings. No. It's usually the people who did get spanked are the better human beings. So, not saying just go out there and whip your kid, because there's a difference between a spanking and a beating. And I think that's what because I've even heard, women be like, well, I'm scared to hit my kid. Fuck you mean? That's your kid. You know what I'm saying? What you think the kid gonna do? Hit you back or explode or some shit? Like, no.
I believe
sometimes it don't have to be. Like I say, it doesn't have to be. They don't have to bleed or have
it never should be that.
It could be just tap. I remember Grandma used to tap legs, baby, baby legs. Okay, we gonna tap them legs. Right? And that baby won't be over there fucking with shit no more.
It teaches you it's a consequence behind
your actions.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a consequence
behind
your
that
actions.
You got to pay up or face fuck up.
Yeah. And that's what you have. And that's what I think that we don't teach our kids soon enough.
Right.
And maybe it's because it's a lack of also, we have a lot of single mothers out there, so it's a lack of men, and that's a men's thing, in my opinion. Women, me and Sparks was talking about this not too long ago, how a woman, a kid will go to school and be bad, and she'll be like, oh, you don't be bad in school no more, and then they'll go to the store and go get a toy. You know what I mean? So all you said was don't do it no more, but you still didn't. You gave him a toy. You didn't give him punishment.
It was pretty much a reward.
Right. You didn't do anything.
My uncle told me he doesn't reward fuck-ups. I stayed with my uncle from 13 till, of course, I got grown. And that was his main rule. He didn't give a damn about nothing. I do not reward a fuck-up. And you need to keep a clean slate to be rewarded, because why am I rewarding what you're supposed to be doing? That was one of the most valuable lessons he ever taught me without it being a lesson he was trying to teach me.
Exactly.
Why am I rewarding what you're supposed to be doing? A lot of parenting, like you mentioned earlier, they try to be the kid's friend. So I don't want to yell at you. I don't even want to tell you made a mistake, so I'm going to mention it and give you something for it.
Right, and kick it with you or some shit.
Right. So.
All right, guys. Jay Moore said he wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on with the war here.
Oh yeah,
which one?
Yeah, man.
He's gonna go over it. We were talking a little bit on the way here about it, so I'll let him start that off, and Alan and I will put our input.
Which one?
So we're gonna. I wanted to mention the one. Well, I'm gonna mention both of them actually, but the one of the most craziest things that's going on now with that Israeli and the million other people that they're fighting with right now. A couple of days ago, the Hamas leader was killed, bomb explosion, and they went to go check the buildings, found him still in there, still alive. They ended up killing him. So that was Thursday. News reported a couple hours ago, earlier today, that in retaliation, they bombed the prime minister of Israel's house. He's still alive. They didn't get him. So with Hamas leader being killed, they already immediately came to the news and let them know that we're going to go extra. We finna bomb and blow up everything now because we got our leader.
Israel or Hamas?
Hamas said that. And a few days later, they hit the prime minister for Israel. So, yeah, they missed. So that we should be expecting a lot more coming in the news with a lot more deaths because they like I said, they done took the leader out, and now they're going for their prime minister, which is, the head of theirs. So when you're going for the head, it ain't like they say, take the head, you get the whole snake. There's still people with guns over there, so it's going to be a real bad issue here soon in the news with that. It's already bad enough. People losing their life and they're killing everything. So,
and it's like, how many more soldiers are we going to end up sending over there?
Yeah, because the truth is we're definitely in assistance with Israel. The United States has come out and said many and many a times we're going to back up Israel regardless of whatever. So we can expect another outcry, coming our way for us sending over some troops. America hasn't said much so far that I found out about any extra support or what they're going to do on their end, but I know it's coming.
And we know they're getting a lot of financial support.
Definitely. And as well with the other war that we're assisting with over in Ukraine. So I guess Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un, they had a meeting a couple months ago where they had like a one-on-one. And it's been updated from South Korea media that North Korea has sent over so far about 1,500 troops to assist Russia with the fight against Ukraine. And they were stating that North Korea is looking to send up to upwards 15,000 soldiers over there for assistance. They're already sending them over materials and weapons and all of that anyway. They was already assisting in the fight. And some sources is coming back that South Korea is saying they probably going to step in and help Ukraine. So we know that's probably going to lead to North Korea fighting South Korea. You got Ukraine over there, and then we got us over there. So the world wars is actually happening right in our face. And a lot of people want to deny that, but it's the world war.